Deep tension and a strong sense of emotion are enveloping the hearts of soldiers around the world. What was initially just speculation and rumors is now slowly starting to surface. Bang Si-hyuk, the figure behind BTS's success, has finally opened up about the latest condition of Jungkook, or better known as JK. But what makes all of this even more emotionally draining is the moment when this news is personally conveyed to JIN and Taehyung in an atmosphere full of silence and emotion. The two BTS members, who are now undergoing military service, look unable to hide their shock and sadness. ARMY, who faithfully followed BTS's progress even during this period of military hiatus, found themselves crying incessantly after learning what really happened. Early signals, Jungkook, and loss of light in his eyes over the past few months. Fans have begun to notice subtle changes in Jungkook's expression and energy, although he is seen smiling in front of the camera. From the video call that was circulated during Jin's birthday celebration, to the brief moments captured on camera at the military training area, Jungkook's aura looks different. Many ARMY noted that Jungkook's eyes lost their trademark sparkle, the sparkle of passion, optimism, and enthusiasm that he used to show. Some fans even highlighted Jungkook's small gestures of looking down more often, avoiding eye contact, and smiling with seemingly empty eyes. All this speculation finally comes to light when Bang Si-hyuk invites JIN and Taehyung to a private meeting, and this is where everything changes. Secret meeting in HYBE. Tears that cannot be held back according to an unnamed internal source. Bang Si-hyuk personally invited JIN and Taehyung to an exclusive meeting room at HYBE headquarters. The meeting was private and none of the media staff were given access. This is no ordinary business conversation. Bang PD-nim came in with a heavy expression on her face. "Everyone can feel it," said a HYBE staff who also stood guard outside the room. As soon as information about Jungkook's condition was revealed, the atmosphere in the room immediately changed. JIN reportedly froze in silence for several minutes, while Taehyung couldn't hold back his tears and immediately turned his face away, trying to hide the deep sadness that radiated from his eyes. Jungkook's condition. More than just physical, what did Bang Si-hyuk actually reveal to JIN and Taehyung? Although no official statement was released to the public in detail, several close sources said that Jungkook experienced considerable emotional stress during his military service. JK is not just facing hard physical training. What made him falter was the mental burden and the overwhelming sense of loss. He really missed the stage, the ARMY, and the members. Even in his sleep, he often wakes up because of dreams about the past, the source said. There were even rumors that Jungkook had asked for time off from training activities due to serious mental fatigue. Although this has not been officially confirmed by the South Korean military, this rumor is enough to make the ARMY speechless in concern. Bang Si-hyuk's message to JIN and Taehyung. "Take care of her during the emotional meeting," Bang Si-hyuk reportedly said in a trembling voice. "Jungkook needs you. He lost his way, and you are the last light he could see." It breaks the heart of anyone who hears it. JIN, who had been known as the oldest young who always looked after his younger siblings, seemed to hold Taehyung's hand tightly. Taehyung, who has a very strong emotional bond with Jungkook since they were trainees, reportedly immediately made an official request to be able to visit Jungkook. Although visits between military units are strictly limited, HYBE is trying to get JIN and Taehyung special permission to visit Jungkook in person. ARMY reaction. Hashtag #StayStrongJK. Trending globally, it didn't take long for this information to spread. Although there was no official announcement, the ARMY had its own way of reading the situation. Cryptic posts from BTS's official account, a sudden change in military training schedule, to JIN and Taehyung's expressions in their latest portrait all point to one thing: Jungkook isn't doing well. The hashtags #StayStrongJK, #WeLoveYou Jungkook, and #ProtectJungkook instantly topped Twitter, X, trending topics in over 30 countries. Thousands of videos containing prayers and messages of love for Jungkook filled the social media platform. Many soldiers wrote open letters and posted reaction videos showing how heartbroken they were to see their idols emotionally hurt. Voices from other members, Jimin and RM, speak up shortly after this news came out. Jimin and RM inserted a moving message through Weverse. Jimin writes, "Not all wounds are visible, but you must know that your love heals many things. JK always said that he was strong because of the army. Let's keep strong together." While RM, in his typical poetic style, wrote, "The long night will pass, and the dawn will come." Jungkook was part of that light, and you are the light that helped him come back. Will BTS reunite sooner? The issue of early reunions is now starting to circulate. Some fans hope that if Jungkook's condition continues to decline, perhaps the military will consider psychological recommendations to provide recovery leave. If that happens, it's not impossible that JIN and Taehyung will also be given more opportunities to accompany Jungkook, even before their official service is over. However, does this mean BTS will return to the stage sooner? It's too early to conclude. What is clear is that Bang Si-hyuk is now seen to be more active in directly supervising the condition of the members during the military period. Industry observers saw this as a sign that HYBE did not want to risk losing the emotional momentum that had long been building between BTS and ARMY. Closing. A strengthening cry behind all this pain. There is one thing that continues to unite BTS and ARMY: unconditional love. Love that makes Jungkook survive despite being hurt. Love that makes JIN and Taehyung give up ego and status in order to become a reinforcement for the Magne. Love that made Bang Si-hyuk, the founder of the BTS empire, intervene immediately to bring the news, with a trembling voice, teary eyes, and a heart that did not want to lose the brightest star in his galaxy. And that love is what makes ARMY, wherever it is, cry not out of despair, but out of hope. Yeah. ARMY around the world crying, speculating, and spreading support incessantly. But behind the excitement and sympathy that poured in, one question arose that could not be avoided. Is this really real? Or is this just a narrative game played by the media, or even by the industry itself, to maintain public attention while BTS is on hiatus? When our emotions are played by stories, it is undeniable. The story of Jungkook experiencing mental stress during his military service sounds very touching. Especially with the added narrative of JIN grasping Taehyung's hand, tears that fall without being able to be contained, and a message full of empathy from RM and Jimin. But the question we have to ask together is, where does this story come from? Is this confirmed directly by Jungkook or HYBE's official party? So far, we have relied only on unnamed deep sources, pieces of expression in photographs, and a very dramatically constructed emotional narrative. Did I ask this enough for us to believe? Digital footprint versus media narrative. If we step back for a moment and look back at how the Korean entertainment industry, and even the entertainment world, works, we will realize that the media not only serves as a relay of information. The media is also a producer of stories, opinion forming, even steering public emotions. The news about Jungkook may be true, but it can also be, this is only part of the story exaggerated to create drama. The drama sells, emotions sell, and public attention, in the world of the entertainment business, is a very expensive asset. We are no strangers to the soft comeback strategy, where attention to a resting artist is guarded by touching stories, sad speculation, and uncertainty, so that when they really returned, the public was already burning with longing and ready to welcome with a bang. Did I ask this wrong? Not entirely. But as fans, we have to be critical. ARMY, what do you think? The big question we want to raise this time is for you, the ARMY, the largest family in the world. Do you really believe that Jungkook's condition is as bad as described? Is it true that Hyuk delivered the news personally to JIN and Taehyung in a heartwarming atmosphere? Or perhaps this is part of a scenario designed to arouse and strengthen loyalty? It is undeniable that ARMY is known as the most loyal fandom. But precisely because of that, you have the right to know what is true and what is manipulated. Do not let the sincerity of your love be used as fuel for the thrill machine. Between fact and fiction, we need to examine. Let's look at the confirmed facts. Jungkook is currently serving in the military. JIN and Taehyung are also active in the military. HYBE did not issue an official statement regarding Jungkook's mental health.